I never understood how silence could roar until she slid a crimson envelope across the dinner table. Christmas Day. The tree twinkled with lights. The air carried faint carols, and glasses clinked with eggnog. Her mother raised a toast, her brother chuckled, and my wife, Stephanie, wore a smile that stopped at her lips, not her eyes, as she handed me that envelope as if it were a cheerful greeting card. I tore it open. Divorce papers. No fight, no warning, no slow unraveling. Just this. And then it happened. The entire family began to clap, applauding as though they had staged a surprise party. My face didn't change. I simply stared at her, at them, then back at the envelope, before letting a smile touch my mouth. She leaned in close and whispered, "Merry Christmas." I whispered back, "You should open yours." Her expression faltered. She hadn't expected me to bring a gift, but she was wrong. We met a decade ago, back in college. She was sharp, magnetic, the life of every room. I was a reserved type, methodical, a law student with a future drawn out in clean lines. She made me believe in warmth, in the idea of home, in family. So I built one, bought us a house in the suburbs, grew my practice, supported her through graduate school, endured Sunday brunches with her parents. I even tolerated Darren, her smug brother, who despised me mostly because I refused to worship him like the rest did. To outsiders, we looked flawless. To me, we almost were until the cracks showed. A new password on her phone. More nights out with friends. Conversations that stopped cold when I entered the room. And Darren, suddenly over-friendly, too familiar. It wasn't paranoia. I'm a lawyer. I don't chase feelings, I chase proof. So I dug, checked our accounts. Unfamiliar charges, hotel stays, receipts, even a secret credit card. Then I hired a private investigator. The photos confirmed it. Stephanie and Darren together, two together. I didn't rage. I calculated. Confronting her then would have ruined the show. Instead, I documented everything. Expenses, messages, the affair with her own brother-in-law. In our state, adultery still has weight, and so does financial misconduct. I secured myself, rewrote my will, shifted assets into a trust she couldn't touch, transferred a house title to my sister, had Stephanie sign documents disguised as tax updates. She never read them. She just trusted me, and I waited for this day. Back to Christmas. The clapping dwindled, the room watching me, waiting for fireworks. Instead, I tucked the divorce papers into my coat pocket and gestured to a small silver-wrapped box beneath the tree, her name written on the tag. Hesitation flickered across her face. Still, she picked it up, feigned curiosity, tugged at the ribbon and lifted the lid. Her smile collapsed, color drained. Her hands shook as she pulled out the stack. Photos of her and Darren, hotel invoices, bank records. Beneath it, a USB drive. She knew what it held. Videos, GPS trails, emails she thought erased. Solid, courtroom-ready evidence. Her mother gasped. Her father nearly choked on his drink. I rose slowly, adjusted my tie, and spoke evenly. I figured you wouldn't want me opening your gift in front of everyone, but I did want you open mine. Stephanie stammered. You can't. I can. I cut her off, and I will. I turned to her parents. Did you know your daughter has been sleeping with her sister's husband for 8 months? That she drained our joint account to cover their hotel bills? Darren tried to interject. Look, man, let's just... You should get yourself an attorney, I interrupted. You use company money for those trips. That's embezzlement. Your boss already has the files I sent. Gasps rippled through the room. Back to Stephanie. Tomorrow, I'll be filing on ground of adultery, with every piece of evidence. She trembled. You wouldn't. I will. You handed me divorce papers on Christmas morning in front of your family, while they cheered. The room was dead silent now. By the way, I added calmly, you don't own the house anymore. Check the deed. And those tax documents you signed, you gave up any claim to my firm's assets. So when the court finalizes this, you'll have nothing. Maybe your mother can take you in. Stephanie collapsed onto the couch, hollow and wordless. I slipped into my coat, walked to the door, and turned once more. Merry Christmas. The winter air stung my face as I stepped outside. I slid into my car, shut the door, and just sat there, breathing. Not angry, not broken, just free. For years, I've been the picture of a devoted husband. But the truth? I've always been better at being the storm no one sees coming. And if you hand a man like me divorce papers on Christmas morning, you better hope he didn't bring a present. But I did, and mine was wrapped in truth, complete with a bow.